So at this stage, you can see that the software has almost finished installing on the iPad. At this point, when the bar is completely full, it will restart the iPad and we'll begin stage 3 on our instructions, which is about installing the apps and how that will work. The iPads have been set up with the flexibility so that in the central office we can buy apps and push them directly to all 240 iPads. We can also then allow you to download any free apps without any authorization from the company. And they also have the flexibility that should you wish to buy apps yourself to personalize your own iPad, you can put in your own payment details. But that's not necessary should you simply wish to use this for work. The iPad's restarting now, and we'll just give it a minute, and we'll begin at 3.1. Okay, so first thing that you'll notice is that there's a logo on there. Because we've updated the software, that's slightly off center. The screen's just died, so we're going to press the on button again, and we're going to slide at the bottom to unlock. Our passcode was 1234, and that's going to help us. Now, because I'm a perfectionist and I don't like that logo, I'm going to go into settings, and I'm going to go to the third option down, wallpaper, and you can see that we have a little bit of the wallpaper here on the home screen. I'm just going to move that back into center, and I'm going to press set lock screen. Now if I press my home button, that'll bring me back to the main menu of the iPad. And we should test that so that when our iPad's off and we turn it on again, our home screen will be set up with Services for Education. Now we'll slide at the bottom and go back into that menu of apps. And we're going to start at 3.1. We're going to go over 3.2 over to this little icon, S4E distribution. We're going to tap that icon. And it's going to prompt us to sign in. Set up family sharing we didn't want, and skip that anyway. And we now need to remember our sign in Services for Education password for S4E 001016. This was the password that we set up back here in 1.10.2. So we're going to need to put that password in. It was capital P, the @ symbol, 55, lowercase w, the number 0, lowercase r, and lowercase d, and then it had our unique number of the iPad, 1016. That's our password. We're going to press OK. Set up family sharing, not now. The terms and conditions have changed, as they tend to do all the time. We're just going to accept those by pressing OK. We don't want family sharing, and in order to agree to these we may need to scroll down to the very bottom and just find agree. I have read and agree to the iTunes terms and conditions, and we're done with that part. These now are many of the apps that are on the actual iPad. We can download all of those by selecting download all. And that will begin a little process in the back of our iPad which begins to put those things onto the iPad for our use. That will now configure the iPad so that in about 5 or 10 minutes all of those apps will actually work on your iPad, and they are apps that can be pushed from Services for Education. That takes us to step number 4. If you're having any trouble with your iPad, there is an email address for the IT team, support@servicesforeducation.co.uk. Like I've said, you can set up your own payment details should you wish to buy your own apps, but you're better at this stage just to have a little play through the iPad. And the way we're always going to get back to that is we're going to use the home button. That's going to take us back to see what we have on offer on the iPad, and you can see that there's a number of apps now simply beginning to update. What will happen is when you turn the iPad when you turn the iPad off and you leave it overnight or so, you'll start to notice that the next day when you turn it on, there are a number of other musical apps that we've already bought and pushed out to all 240 iPads. They include things like metronomes and tuners and ear test apps and things that we thought may be useful in the first instance. Please do have a read at the kind of safe use policy. It's all very common sense, but you'll want to make sure that you've had a little read of those things. All that remains for me to say is have a lovely summer holiday, and I'll see you back in September ready to innovate the music service to a whole new level. Thank you very much.